Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Neyssa with XPansive Taste. So, yes, I am leveling up this year. In 2024, I got new gadgets. I got this little mic, and now I'm that girly with the mic. Okay, so I'm gonna speak today about all the lessons. Okay, not all, I've learned way too much about this topic. Just some of the things I have noticed that do work and don't work as I've been on my weight loss journey. And this is including, so I'm 26 and I've been trying to lose weight since I was like 14, and I've been successful, and then I've gained weight, and then I've been successful with losing weight, and then I've gained weight, and then I gain more weight. And it's been a long journey. Anyways, I'm on the journey again. I currently weigh 188. I know in the thumbnail, that picture of me, that's like 182. So not that much of a difference, but whatever. I have lost weight multiple times in my life, and now I'm going to actually achieve my goal and get to 140. But these are the things that I have to take into account in order to actually reach that goal. So there are things that I need to know, that I need to remind myself, and I need to share with you, that just don't do it because it's not worth it. It's a waste of time, a waste of effort. Well, first thing on the list of the thing not to try, which is a high carb, low fat diet. I find that with a high carb, low fat diet, for example, like, when I was 13, I became a vegetarian, and I got into like this cult following thing, which was the 80-10-10, the high carb, low fat, the 95-5, the raw till 4, the raw vegan kind of community. Okay, I was in that, and in that I gained a lot of weight because I was following a high carb, low fat diet where I ate so many fruit, and yeah, so much fruit. So I'd eat like 10 bananas. Okay, they told me to eat 10 bananas, and then at the end of the day, like for dinner or whatever, just eat 4 large potatoes. And that was the diet. So high carb, low fat made me sluggish. It made me sick. It made me fat. Okay. And there are other times in my life where I've done variations of that, a little bit more balanced, not so much just fruit, but in general, having a high carb diet for me, what it does is that it preps my body to just want to receive more food, because what carbs do is that it spikes your blood sugar. It makes your blood sugar go up, and then it just crashes right back down. So anytime I be just living life and I'm like eating bagels for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, rice with something else for dinner, even though that sounds fine. That sounds normal, right? I'm not talking about like french fries and ice cream. I mean, these are just regular basic carbs that you eat every day. My blood sugar goes up when I eat the carbs, and then once it drops back down, I start to feel hungry again. And what this does is that throughout the whole day, I have my blood sugar rising and falling, and it's making me hungry, and it's making me snack consistently. Like snack all day, eat all day, having something every 2 hours, which really sets me up to just in general eat more calories than I need to consume. So a high carb diet does not work for me because it just makes me hungry all day. So what I find works for me is a high protein diet. I'll talk about that later, but right now I'll just keep explaining the things that really don't work. One category of things that just don't work and are a waste of your time and effort are these quick fad diets like the apple cider vinegar thing, and juicing. But I'm going to focus on the apple cider vinegar for now, because apple cider vinegar, like drinking that, first of all, it tastes bad. It's just annoying to try to get yourself to drink it. It's disgusting. And like I can tolerate it, I can water it down. I can take a shot, but it's like I will only do that for like a couple days, and then what's the point? It's not something I can keep up. It's not something I want to. There are plenty of things I can make myself drink, like black coffee. I can do that, but apple cider vinegar, it's just, what is it going to do really? Is it going to really make you lose weight? No. What it does is that it can reduce inflammation, it can reduce bloating, but guess what also does that? Drinking plain water. Drinking plain water is going to flush out the excess water in your body, and make you lose the water weight, okay? You don't need to do the apple cider vinegar thing to reduce bloating. You can just drink water, and then you're gonna pee more, you're gonna lose water weight, you're gonna be hydrated, you're gonna have lubrication in your intestines so that you can actually make bowel movements. So You don't have to worry about taking apple cider vinegar in order to improve digestion. Drinking water improves digestion. You remember that? Okay. Also, tea. Tea is good. And now with juicing. The thing with juicing is that yes, it's great for a detox for a couple days. It's good when you want a really quick fix to lose a couple pounds before like a big event, like you're gonna go out somewhere, and there's this dress that you want to look as slim and as possible in. That's what juicing is for. Juicing is not part of a sustainable lifestyle for most people, and it's also just not in what you should be trying to do every single day for the rest of your life. You're not going to be able to live off of juicing. And the weight that you lose in juicing, it's going to come back once you start eating regular food. It's a really good quick fix, and some people have experienced extreme benefits, like healing different kinds of diseases, and even losing up to like 60 pounds. I'm not saying that if you lose 60 pounds with juicing that you're going to gain it all back, but just know that if you go through that route, it's just so hard to keep that up for a long enough period of time. Juicing takes so much time. If you are juicing, it is an all day event, okay? If you are juicing enough to sustain yourself for the whole day, that's gallons of vegetable juice that you will have to make every single day. And that takes a lot of time. And I know this from experience, okay? I had like a few boxes of just like celery, and prepping that celery was already an hour. Just cutting it up into pieces that I could fit in the juicer and rinsing that celery, that's already at least an hour of work. And then you actually have to juice it, and then you have to clean the juicer, because guess what, you even if you have all the celery prepped, all the vegetables prepped, you're still going to have to take breaks in between in order to clean your juicer out, so that all the pulp is out and like there's not any kind of blockages inside. And so there's like another 20-minute break for you to clean out that juicer, and then you got to get the rest of the vegetables in there. It's an all day event, and it's not sustainable, and it's expensive. Listen, I don't know what kind of type of life you live, but I do not have the amount of money to make gallons of vegetable juice every single day for a long period of time. So if that's you, if you have the time, if you have the money, if you have the patience, then sure, try it. But just know there are other easier ways to do this, to lose weight, and it's going to be sustainable and a lot less effort. The next thing that doesn't work is doing workouts that you hate. So, I like working out, okay? I like going to the gym. I can find it very fun sometimes. It's like it's a good little goal to have, to be able to like, jog for 2 minutes straight. That's my fitness level, okay? I have difficulty running for 2 minutes straight. That's a challenge for me. I'm gonna work that up. Anyways, so doing workouts that you hate, for example, running. Running is not fun for me. If I want to sprinkle it here and there, that's fine. But if my main idea of what I'm going to do to lose weight is running, then it's done. It's over before I even started. I cannot make running my main workout idea. It needs to be something I do every once in a while if I feel like it, when I'm inspired to. But also, I have the insanity workouts. I have them, okay? I have them downloaded in my computer, and I have tried to start it. I started it many times. Well, 2 times. I started it 2 times. And guess what? After like the first week, I am done. Because why? I don't like the insanity workouts, and it doesn't make sense. I keep trying to trick myself into believing that I'm actually capable of keeping up with it. The thing is, when the insanity workout came out, the guy, I forgot his name, but the instructor, he says that this is for the athlete. This is for the physical trainer who wants to kick up their workout routine, who really wants to shred and push themselves to the limit. Is that me? No. I'm not an athlete. I'm not a personal trainer. He told me that this is for the person who's already fit, who just wants to kick it up a notch. Why did I not listen to him? Why did I convince myself that his workout routine was for me? I don't know. Anyways, I still have it. If I feel like it, I'll do 1 or 2 videos every once in a while, but I'm not at that level. So it's completely stupid for me to push myself to do a workout that is not for a beginner like me. Yeah, so don't do that to yourself, okay? Pick the workouts that you like. If you like walking, cool. Elliptical, cool. Jump roping, awesome. Jumping on the trampoline, great. Okay. Dancing, that's beautiful. Doing group fitness classes, that's my jam. Okay. Too bad I don't really have too many of those around my area. I do, but it's like the schedule's off for me. But yeah, do the workouts you like. It's really not that hard. It makes once you find the workouts that you like, it makes working out so fun, so easy. Another thing that hasn't worked for me is focusing more so on the calories than the actual nutritional value. So I was doing this thing where, I was eating 1,500 calories a day. And the thing is, I was just craving chicken pot pies. So for like a month straight, I would eat chicken pot pies. But it was like the microwavable chicken pot pies for like, I don't know, they're like 500 calories or whatever. And so I would eat like 1,000 calories of like, nutritious filling foods, I guess, ish. And then I'd fit in my chicken pot pie. I'd squeeze it in there so that I had what I wanted, which was that. But the thing is, it's a waste of calories. And it was delicious, but it wasn't sustainable because what happens is that after weeks of me eating microwave chicken pot pies, my body knew that it was not getting the proper nutrition. And so I would end up overeating somewhere else, or I just end up constipated. Something would go wrong. Something would go terribly wrong. My skin would break out, whatever. Or even if it wasn't chicken pot pies at the time, I was squeezing in my last 200 calories for hot chocolate, just hot chocolate every single night. And while that can work for some people, the problem for me is that all that does is just make me crave more sugar. Once I have something like a hot chocolate every night, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to find more ways to include more sugar into my diet. And so the cup of hot chocolate ends up not being enough. Now I need to toss in a couple more Skittles. Now I need to toss in a couple of marshmallows. And you know what that means? That means less calories for things like filling proteins, less calories for even vegetables. Because who wants to eat vegetables when you got marshmallows and Skittles? If your body is not getting the proper nutrition, you should not be prioritizing treats in moderation. You should be prioritizing nutrition, okay? Get that figured out before you decide to add in, a chocolate bar. Something else that hasn't worked for me when it comes to losing weight is doing it for someone else. I mean, anybody who is telling you that you need to lose weight, that you need to take control of your health and whatever, whether it's your mom or your partner or some doctor or whatever assholes around. The thing with me is that I am very self motivated, and if I want to lose weight when I'm ready, I will do it. But when I have people pushing me, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me want to self sabotage a little. And as stupid as that is, like, that's what happens. They're taking my own problem and turning it into their problem. So it's like they're taking the responsibility of my problem and holding that for themselves, making it their problem, making it their business. So I'm like, okay, fine. It's your business. It's your problem. I don't need to take control of this because apparently you got all the answers. So yeah, it just ends up being like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just triggers a self-sabotage kind of cycle where I'm like, okay, if you're going to take responsibility for it, then fine, it's not my responsibility anymore. And I don't know, I also just kind of want to like make them upset out of spite. And to be a little bit more serious, I was once in a situation where my ex made it his absolute business to make sure that I was losing weight. He gave me an ultimatum and everything. He was really controlling throughout the whole process, even though it was my personal goal. He made sure that like whatever I decided I wanted to do in order to lose weight, that it just wasn't good enough and it had to be done his way. So he was telling me I needed to lose 10 pounds in 1 month by all means necessary, or else. So he had me doing his particular workout regimens, and he would tell me that I needed to sweat. Like I'm not someone who sweats a lot, and he made it a problem. So in the Florida summertime, he told me that I needed to work out outside wearing a sweatshirt so that I would sweat more. And I actually did it, and it was fucking insane. He was fucking insane. Just it was so unhealthy. And yeah, I even had COVID and I just wasn't able to work out anymore because I was like bedridden and I just wasn't able to move. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I don't feel well. I don't think I'm able to work out. And he was so pissed. He was all like, what happened to by all means necessary? With like, you're not taking this seriously enough. It's fucking COVID. Get over it. Just go work out, lose the weight. You're too fat. Whatever. He didn't call me fat, but that's pretty much the essence of what it was. Don't do it for anybody else, no matter what they say. You need to do it for you, okay? You need to be your own motivation. You need to take control of your own health because it's your life and you want what's best for yourself, and because you love yourself and you want to take care of your body. Not because someone else is telling you to do it, not because someone is forcing you to do it. You need to do it for yourself. So now we're going to talk about the things that actually do work. We already know, okay? Drink water, get lots of sleep, calorie deficit, burn more calories than you consume, blah, blah, blah. You know that, okay? You watched 100 videos about this very topic before you watched mine, okay? I've been there. But yeah, I'm just going to add on to it a little bit more. What you want is to have hobbies that are not food related. So you're going to have to keep yourself busy with something as you're going through this, so that you can just not think about food all day. Creating content, reading books, writing books, doing art, hanging out with your friends, not food related, okay? One thing I did go through, which was not helpful at all, was because I was restricting myself a little bit with by eating less food, what I did is I overindulged, not in food, but in shopping. Don't make shopping your hobby, please. It is not kind to your wallet. You're just going to collect a bunch of junk. And yeah, what happened to your other goal? I know you want to lose weight, but what happened to your other money saving goal? Okay. So, try to find another outlet for that energy that you have in you. So, any hobby really, anything that you like to do. It could be working out. It could be, I don't know, whatever you like. You like painting? You like feeding ducks? Maybe not food related. Okay. I don't know. It could be anything you like. You like making clothes, crocheting, knitting, anything. The other thing that always works is prioritizing protein. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm bringing it up again. Prioritizing protein. You want a high protein diet. Protein keeps you fuller longer. And you want to make sure you're eating enough protein. And I know there are so many different numbers out there for what is enough, but from experience, 60 grams of protein is not enough. 80 grams of protein is not enough. I need at least 100. 100 whole grams of protein is what you need to sustain yourself to feel full all day. You need to prioritize protein. All your meals need to be around protein. The other thing that also really, really helps me is having absolute zero carbs in my first meal. So I've actually been doing intermittent fasting. So now my first meal is around 12 o'clock. But if you're not doing that, then your first meal needs to be whatever time it is. It needs to have absolute zero carbs. Just protein based so that it doesn't like spike your blood sugar and make it crash and make you crave more carbs and make you want to eat more frequently throughout the day. And so that if you're eating breakfast, then that's eggs, bacon, cheese, and that's it. No toast, no toast, no oatmeal. You can have carbs later at the day. I eat carbs mostly for my last meal and then like a dessert. I still have dessert, but guess what? I can have dessert now because I actually front load on the protein. Before I was eating carbs and protein throughout the day and not really enough grams of protein, and then I would just binge on carbs. So now that I actually feel full, I actually feel full and satiated after I eat my 100 grams of protein, and then I have a little bit of space for ice cream. And guess what? I can go without the ice cream. I actually just had some right now and I forgot about it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I still have the rest of this ice cream left. It was literally just like a scoop of ice cream. I had just a scoop of ice cream and I forgot about it because my body is not craving sugar anymore because I'm so satiated with all the meat that I'm eating. The other thing that's working for me is intermittent fasting. Now, I forgot to mention something else that doesn't work for you when you're dieting is not considering your cycle. There are times of the month where you should not be dieting and you should not be excessively exercising, and that is the week before your period. the week before your period, your body really needs rest, and your body actually does need a little bit more carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates, like, a little bit more rice on your dinner plate, and some sweet potatoes, whatever, those kind of carbs. And that is the only week of the month. That is the only week of your cycle that you should just like chill out, okay? If you've noticed in your dieting journey, you're always doing so well, but then once your period comes, you just like completely unravel and it's hard to get back on the diet. And that's because you probably pushed yourself way too much the week before your period. And because you pushed yourself too hard the week before your period, your hormones were so out of whack. Your hormones are really sensitive in this time of the month, okay? So you need to make sure that you take care of them, okay? You keep them safe and happy and welcome. And so be kind to yourself in that time of the month, and then you can actually, once your period starts again, then you can start to get back on your diet. But if you push yourself and cause your body too much stress around that time, you're going to have a really hard time continuing with the diet. But yeah, so intermittent fasting, you don't want to fast the week before your period. And you also don't want to over exercise. You want to make sure you're eating consistently throughout the day during that time. But once your period starts, keep fasting, keep restricting your calories, keep exercising, all that stuff. But yeah, intermittent fasting is super great because I have just trained my body to not be hungry. It's really that simple. Once you start fasting, you train your body to not be hungry, and suddenly eating only 1,200 calories a day becomes so easy. And guess what? I still get 100 grams of protein a day within those 1,200 calories, and I still get my little scoop of ice cream at the end of the day. So it's doable. It's been a breeze. It's been fun. So I did breeze through that last part very quickly, and that's because I'm running out of space on my phone to film this. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something and that you were entertained or whatever it is that you came here for. I know you're actually going to do this, okay? You're not just watching 700 videos before you actually start your weight loss journey. You're in it. Anyway, that is all, beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I send you my love. Mwah. Bisous.